Great to see everybody. Thank you all for joining. We'll begin in about 5 minutes. Excited about this event. Folks, thanks very much. We'll begin in about 4 minutes. Really excited to have everybody here. Looking forward to the event. "56 days to go." We got a lot of work to do, so really excited to kick this off. We'll begin in about 2 minutes. Thanks all for joining. We'll begin in just over a minute. Thanks very much. Okay, folks, very close to beginning. Okay, we're about to begin, folks. Thanks very much.
All right, folks, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and we're going to get going tonight. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. My name is Erin, and I'm an elections coordinator here at Mass Dems. Tonight, all right, folks, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and we're going to get going tonight. Hold on 1 second. There we go. So tonight represents just one of the many incredible events that constantly flood our calendars. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Erin, and I'm an elections coordinator.
So, Erin, I'll take over, and hopefully I don't get the background. So, folks, thanks very much. This is the beginning of a series of us helping many other states as well as phone calls here in Massachusetts. Just today, we sent out an email listing 33 phone banks for our down ballot races in Massachusetts, as well as 15 phone banks for the Biden campaign. We're also focused nationwide on helping take back the White House, as we stated, but also flipping the Senate and keeping the U.S. House. So Maine and New Hampshire are two keys to that focus for us here in Massachusetts, as well as some other targeted congressional races, as well as some distributing phone bank calling that we'll be doing. And so we're very excited about playing the role that Massachusetts often plays by taking care of business here in Massachusetts, but also helping out the states across the country, and especially with what we need to do and taking back the White House and flipping the Senate. We're excited to have the two guests we have tonight. I'll start by saying it gives me great pleasure to introduce Congressman Joe Kennedy, who's finishing his fourth term in the House of Representatives, and reminds us how lucky we are to be from Massachusetts and to be represented by someone with such a strong set of principles and commitment to getting the job done. Whether the issue is access to mental health, LGBT plus equity, or social justice, Joe has always been not only for the people of Massachusetts, but for the Democratic community. Never afraid of a challenge. He's a person who speaks up and stays until the work is done. Congressman, as we focus on the significant work we need to do in the next 56 days, it's great to have you here. Please welcome Congressman Joe Kennedy.
Gus, Tootie, it's great to see you guys. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you all so much for joining this call. Thank you for your just tireless commitment to democratic principles, democratic values, and for the fight that we need to wage in order to make sure we can carry the day in Washington and make good on those values, turn them into law, and fight for the people that need a voice to be fighting for them. And obviously thrilled to be joining with not just the Mass Democratic Party, but with Senator Markey this evening as well, as we have, I think, nearly 60 people, last time I checked, and nearly 70 people on this call tonight, helping mobilize Maine and so many other places that you all have called into already across the country, and that you continue to. Couple quick things here, and I'll keep these comments brief. But first, to the folks that are on this call that had supported me in my race for U.S. Senate, thank you. Thank you for your tirelessness and your efforts on the course of the campaign trail. And thank you for joining tonight, because we know that it is so critical at this moment that we come together and we support not just our efforts here in the Mass Democratic Party and come together behind a great senator and Senator Markey, but that we do the work that is needed and necessary to flip that Senate, to make sure we have the Democratic voices we need, as I said, to turn those values into policy, and to work on those down ballot races as well. Maine has, as you all probably know, one of the tightest House races in the country that a Democrat is defending. Jared Golden, a good friend, a member who won on ranked choice voting, somebody who will be intimately familiar with that race as well. It's going to be one of the tightest races in the country. And it's one that the phone calls in tonight will certainly help support that race as well. And so we gathered tonight knowing that we had 56 days to go, knowing what is at stake in this election. You've heard it a million times now, but by far the most important election of our lifetimes. And knowing that we, as a Democratic Party, as individuals, as volunteers, as part of this community, can make a difference in it. And I'm thrilled to be with you all tonight, to encourage you to do whatever you can. I certainly will be doing that over the course of the days ahead, supporting not just Senator Markey and his efforts here in Massachusetts, but House colleagues around the country, Senate colleagues where possible, and certainly making sure that Vice President Biden and Kamala Harris are able to carry the day in November. So however we can be of service to you, please don't hesitate to ask. Gus and Tootie, thank you for your stalwart leadership of the party and for all that we're doing to mobilize and to amplify that affect around the nation. And a big thank you to Senator Markey for his consistent leadership in Washington, for his willingness to take the lead in this fight and to understand the opportunities that we have here in Massachusetts and the need to export those to the energy and the passion, the vision to states that could use a little bit of an extra push, particularly when it comes to what's at stake in this election. So, Senator, a pleasure to be with you tonight. Congratulations again on a big win last week, and good luck to you in the weeks ahead.
It's great. So I'll take it from here. Senator Markey, another individual who leads with his values. Senator Markey, throughout his career, has refused to compromise his progressive values in his fight to build a Commonwealth and country that is fair, just, and equitable for all. He's never been afraid to disrupt the status quo. And for the last 6 years in the United States Senate, Ed has been leading and delivering on the issues that matter the most to the people of Massachusetts. Ed grew up in a blue-collar neighborhood in Malden as the son of a union leader. Ed learned his progressive values at his kitchen table, the same table his mother would pay the bills and calculate how long he could be kept during the cold winter nights. It was his working class upbringing that taught Ed the value of hard work and inspired him to spend his life seeking to provide the same opportunities he had for every child, no matter their race, socioeconomic background, or zip code. His blue-collar upbringing have shaped the values he fights for every day on the floor of the Senate. He's been a national leader in protecting and advancing the rights of workers, immigrants, communities of color, and our LGBTQ+ community. And knowing that our climate crisis is a national security, economic health, and more challenge of our time, the Senate introduced the Green New Deal alongside Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, which sets in place a 10-year mobilization to achieve a green economy, taking into account every community and prioritizing environmental justice for all. Please welcome Senator Ed Markey.
Thank you, Gus, so much. Our grassroots guru, Gus Pickford, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for organizing this effort. We're a special state. We have a great responsibility to help around the country in order to get a majority in the Senate and in the House and to win the presidency. And it's great to be here with Congressman Joe Kennedy. Joe is, he is he's representative of the incredible political talent that we are blessed with in Massachusetts. And he is committed to lasting, permanent structural change in our country that would benefit everyone. And I just want to just say that it's my honor to be here with Joe Kennedy this evening, and to just tip my cap to the race which he ran, and to the goal which we both share here, because Donald Trump is a uniter and not a divider, and he is uniting Joe and I, the entire Democratic Party in Massachusetts, and we're going to stand shoulder to shoulder. The differences between Joe and I, just compared to our disagreements with Donald Trump, we just disagree with him on everything. And so that's going to bring us together. And so I thank Congressman Kennedy for his graciousness. Thank you. And in return, I just say to you what a great campaign you ran. And I appreciate this effort that we're making tonight to come together for the sake of having Donald Trump removed from the White House and having majorities in the Senate and the House. And the reason is that everything is on the table. Justice is on the table right now. It's economic justice, healthcare justice, educational justice, racial justice in our country. We absolutely have to come together as Democrats from Massachusetts and export this surplus of political talent which we have in order to make sure that other states have this incredible energy, this incredible sense of vision for what our country should be in the years ahead. So it doesn't make any difference what the issue is. Congressman Kennedy and I are going to stay together and ensuring that we work to guarantee that we move to a majority. And that's why we're so proud of you, Gus, in organizing this tonight, and all of the Democrats who have joined this evening, because he is the most corrupt, the most racist, the most incompetent person to ever be the president of the United States. And he's going to try to use his coattails in order to bring other people in. And it's our responsibility to make sure that that does not happen. We are Massachusetts. We can help around the country to accomplish all of the goals which our country has to achieve in the coming years. So I can't thank you enough, Gus, for all of your leadership, and I'm with you all the way. And I just hope that everyone who's on this call and thousands more join this effort so that we can have the political revolution which we need this year. Thank you, Gus.
Terrific. Senator, Congressman, thank you both so much. We're really looking forward to working our hearts out for you, Senator, and for everyone across this country so that we can take back the White House, flip the Senate, and keep the House. Plus, as I mentioned, we've got significant races here in Massachusetts. So I'm going to pass it back to Aaron. So that's the end of our unity portion. Now it's time for us to get to work. So really excited for everybody on the call to focus on the work that we need to do. We will now pass it back to Aaron, and that will we are going to turn off our YouTube portion of this, because we are going to be talking about what we do to win elections.